Can you still fast if you're on a vegan diet? Find out in today's episode.
Welcome to the Chantel Ray Way, the inspirational way to lose weight for life through intermittent fasting. Let's just talk about this next one. Oh my gosh, I actually know this next person. She is so funny. She's a doll. She just cracks me up. It's a girl named Courtney Z from the Z team, and she says, does this diet include vegan options? Because if it doesn't, I'm not even trying it at all. I don't like to support people who don't support vegans. If it's not vegan and I can't do vegan, it can't be healthy. And then she wrote it just like she would say it too.
She mean it. She's serious. She put a lot of exclamation points in there, so I know she's serious.
Yes.
She said, does this diet include, and, it's not a diet per se, because we're not telling you to eat this, don't eat this, and, you're eating your normal whatever you eat. It comes down, you eat your regular macros, whether you want to eat it with fish, you want to eat it with beef, you want to eat it with vegetables, however you want to get your protein, however you want to get your fat, however you want to get your carbs. Eat what you enjoy. So if you're vegan, that's fine. You can still intermittent fast. It just comes down to what you're taking in your body.
Well, I can tell you, people who are vegan, I have a friend of mine whose daughter's vegan, and I swear, if you eat meat around her, it's like you are the devil incarnate. I mean, she will give you the evil eye, and she's like, how could you kill that animal? I mean, she's really serious about it. And what I do want to say about this is that I believe that the Bible and the New Testament makes it abundantly clear that if you are a Christian, you are free to dictate of your own conscience when it comes to your dietary regimen. And so if you want to be vegan, by all means be vegan. But I also don't believe that you should be coming after me saying I'm a terrible person because I do want to eat meat.
Yeah, go after that hamster. That's what you need to go after. All right, I'm going to be over here at Five Guys enjoying my burger, but that burger was not my son.
Well, in Genesis 1:29 and 30, it says, in the beginning, God said to the man and woman in the Garden of Eden, see, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be food for you. Also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. So, people who are vegan could say, oh, well, God's saying, only eat, plants and fruit. But in Genesis 9:3, God told Noah, every moving thing that is alive shall be food for you. I give all to you as I gave the green plant. So I think people could also argue, right, that this is what you're able to eat. So, but I just want to really say that, I definitely agree we should not be cruel to animals. Proverbs 12:10 says, a righteous man regards the life of his animal. And I do feel like we should be really not mistreating our animals in any way. I do agree with that. But I think that using animals for food is biblical if that is what you have prayed about and you decide that that's what you want to do. So that's completely up to you whether you feel like that's what you want to do. But I do think the bottom line is, if you and your friends and you feel like that God's calling you to stop eating meat, then more power to you. But, don't eat the meat. Fine. Like that commercial. Remember that? Where's the beef?
Yeah. That'd be me.
So I truly believe that the Bible tells us that believers must be tolerant towards one another when it comes towards these kind of matters where it's not black and white. And, the Apostle Paul says in Romans 14:5, everyone should be fully convinced in his own mind. And so, Courtney, it sounds like you are fully convinced in your own mind that you absolutely should not eat meat. And I will just say high five, no problem. And I'm even happy to have lunch with you without eating meat.
Have a question you need answered? Send us an email to questions@chantelrayway.com. Can you drink alcohol while fasting? Find out in today's episode.
Welcome to the Chantel Ray Way, the inspirational way to lose weight for life through intermittent fasting. Question number 1 is from Allie from Charlottesville. I am brand new to intermittent fasting, and I'm not going to lie, I miss my wine. My friend told me that it's okay to drink wine if it's in my window. Is this true? So, Chris, what is your thoughts
You
here?
definitely drink wine. Definitely drink wine if it's in your window. I mean, you definitely want to watch the sugar that's in wine. I don't think people realize how much sugar and carbs, incidentally, are in wine. So you just want to watch it. I don't know if she means 1 glass or 2, 3, 4 glasses. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody, but definitely watch that. And I know you were reading something in the past few days. You were telling me about some of the things that were actually in wine that I didn't even realize.
Wine is one of the only things that the FDA does not regulate. So in the sense that they don't have to put a label. And so there's like up to 70 to 80 different additives that they can put into wines that are just tons of chemicals, and you wouldn't know what it is. And on top of that, 70% of all of wine that's made is made by like multi-billion-dollar companies where it's all in factories. And what they do is they try to make the labels sound like it's like some local winery, but in fact it really isn't. And so that, for me personally, I have so many friends that they love wine, they drink wine all the time. I mean, they're going to have 1 or 2 glasses of wine sometimes every night. I mean, I have a few friends that are like that. But here's the thing. You want to find sugar-free, low-alcohol, natural wines if you're going to drink wine. And so the biggest thing is that they also make some wines that they have way more sugar in it than you want. So There's some different ones that you can look into that are low sugar, and that are all natural. I would get like an organic one. I know there's one at Whole Foods that's organic, very low sugar. That's what you're looking for.
So you can enjoy it in peace. Because, obviously with alcohol, if anybody who's drank alcohol before, we know what type of things we tend to eat after we drink, we want to watch. So, if we're drinking wine at night, 9, 10 o'clock at night, we tend to snack more, and we don't tend to snack on pineapples and bananas. We tend to go for the bad stuff.
Yeah, and I think that, alcohol can be like, marijuana a little bit, where it drives you to be compulsive and it drives you to eat more. I mean, obviously I don't smoke marijuana, but I do know people.
That's not the Chantel Ray way.
That is not the Chantel Ray way. But I do know people who do, and one of the side effects of marijuana is it gives you the munchies,
you get
and
the
you're
munchies,
hungry.
and you're trying to eat everything in sight. I've heard, at least I Googled it, and you want to eat everything in sight, and what's in sight is whatever that 7-Eleven and restaurants, and it's not like I want to go cook this chicken fajita in an all natural gluten-free wrap. That's not what it makes. That's not the type of things you tend to eat. So you definitely want to watch your activities after you drink the wine, and definitely, like she said, just like the supplement industry, we were talking earlier about it, it's not regulated by the FDA either. So supplements, wines, there's a couple other things we'll talk about another show that are not regulated. Like she said, they could put, that means anything on that label, they don't have anybody to answer to, which is a really big deal, because they can tell you certain things on that label, and who's going to check them unless you fund an independent study to check actually what's in that wine and what chemicals are in that wine. Obviously, the bigger corporations, they're trying to cut a dollar, so they're more likely to take shortcuts when it comes to the ingredients.
We have another question from Christy in Virginia Beach, and she says, does drinking alcohol completely halt my fat burning? Chris?
That be a negative, and even if it did, would it matter? But no, it does not halt your fat burning. Alcohol is like any other. It's a nutritional substance to your body. So anything else you eat, you have to look at the nutritional value of it, and that's what it's going to do to your body. But it's nothing can halt your fat burning except dying. So you will still burn fat. Of course, if you're drinking massive amounts of alcohol, it's going to have a negative effect a negative effect. Obviously, the people that drink, we call it beer guts and stuff like that. It'll have a negative effect on your fat burning, but it will not halt it completely. No.
Yeah, and I would just look at the calorie content of what you're drinking. I mean, as far as like, for tequila and the calories, like we said, because it has a 0 carb count, a 1 ounce shot of tequila has about 65 calories. So that's not really a lot of calories. So, I mean, I have a lot of friends that are very, very skinny and they like to drink their calories. But if you watch them drink, they are always drinking things that don't have sugar. A lot of times they'll drink diet cranberry juice with vodka or soda water and vodka. Usually the two mixers I see my friends drinking are either tequila or gluten-free vodka, either one with some kind of sugar-free mixer, and you're looking at 65 to 75 calories in
You
that.
can still enjoy it. So,
Yeah.
because I've always told my clients, I'm a realistic trainer, so I'm not going to tell my clients, 0 alcohol, for the next 8 weeks so we can lose. I'm realistic, but I tell them you're going to have to you're gonna have to put your big boy pants on because we're gonna have to drink. If you're gonna drink, I tell the clients I prefer you to drink it straight. A couple of reasons. Obviously, the mixes we just talked about is where
But
a
why
lot
not?
of the sugar
Why not with like
and
soda
calorie.
water?
Because, honestly, as a trainer, I want them to get to the point. I'm hoping that they have a tolerance, and I want them to get to that quicker. So the more we mix that alcohol, the more we're able to drink over the next few hours or something. Whereas I know if most of my clients aren't used to drinking alcohol straight, that's a good thing because they'll probably drink two or three drink, a little less, and they'll get to that point and they'll stop for the day. You know what I mean? So that's just that's just my personal advice, not a scientific thing or anything. But like I said, I try to avoid the mixes as much as we can, or we can do the soda water. Like Chantel said, I haven't drank a lot of soda water, so I have to go to her expertise on that one. But you can definitely drink it and still enjoy the benefits of losing weight and burning fat.
Have a question you need answered? Send us an email to questions@chantelrayway.com.